Top 100 Modern Living Room Design Ideas, 2023. Latest living room decorating ideas and trends for 2023. Just keep watching. The latest living room trends will set you up with everything you need for a fresh redesign of your space, from the right colors to use, to styles of furniture, lighting, and more. One of the most important spaces in the home, the living room, is an incredibly versatile and multifunctional space. A central hub and gathering point where we relax, socialize, and entertain. Your living room ideas need to work hard to create the perfect environment for all of your needs, and there is always room for improvement and inspiring change with the latest living room trends. When it comes to interior design trends, we are not interested in fads that will date quickly. Instead, we have focused on timeless, elegant ideas that will endure beyond this year, so that you can be inspired and design a living room with confidence. Workin' with what ya got. Gone are the days when a down-to-the-studs reno was the preference of every new homeowner. More than ever, there's a new guard of homeowners and renters that are respecting the history that came before them and its impact on their house. I always found architecture to be such an interesting aspect of interior design, because it's usually immutable, compared to furnishing, which is flexible, says Reeves Connolly, an interior designer and architect. I think many people are starting to realize that a home's charm is found in those immutable characteristics, like an ornate fireplace in a Victorian-style home, or terracotta floors in a Spanish colonial, and are more inclined to preserve them. When it comes to your living room, this can mean everything from making do with a quirky layout to calling attention to, not away from, a rad 70s style fireplace. If your home lacks any and all soul, try adding some in the form of flea market finds and pre-loved antiques. The more TLC that's paid to existing characteristics within your living room, the more layered and authentic your space will feel, and the less heavy living you'll have to do to make it sing. Prioritize living room lighting. As we have discussed, a living room often serves multiple functions, therefore, your living room lighting ideas need to be carefully thought through, so each zone of the space is perfectly illuminated. Gone are the days of simply turning on the big light. A living room should instead have many welcoming pools of light, and a mix of both practical, task lighting, and ambient decorative light sources. In 2023, don't rely on just a single overhead light. Layer lighting levels from several sources, with a mix of table lamps on surfaces, floor lamps, and wall lights, to cast a cozy glow. Also, highlight any focal point features or architectural details with accent lighting. From wall or floor lamps positioned beside a sofa or armchair to create a cozy reading nook, to picture lights used in combination with artwork to establish a striking gallery wall. Using the right living room lighting will ensure that your space is both functional, inviting, and of course, nice and cozy. Meaningful accessories. Leave that pick me energy back in 2023, please. This year is all about embracing a you do you mentality, sharply avoiding the right way to accessorize, and instead focusing on details and touches that make a home feel like you. Think of it as the design equivalent to healing your inner child. The more meaningful an accessory, Whether that's a throw made of your family tartan, or antique picture frames, with family wedding photos, the more true to your DNA, your living room will look and feel. A few more walls. The pandemic sent many people onto a Goldilocks-like quest for the perfect living arrangement, and that has had a huge impact on how we live and function in our spaces, even years later. One of the biggest changes: the slow death of the open layout. By this point, we've all realized that there's nothing worse than trying to take a Zoom-in call in the kitchen while your partner is busy gaming just steps away in the living room, which is why we're seeing many spaces scrap the open floor plan in place of at least a few more walls in the main living space. The end result: a cozier, more homey feel, and the opportunity to experiment more with design, since visual delineation means each space can carry its own personality. Furniture that takes center stage. This year, living room furniture is stepping into the spotlight in a big way, both literally and figuratively. For starters, layouts are moving away from TV-focused arrangements, and instead, literally setting the stage for engagement and memory making. I've noticed a shift toward living room furniture that facilitates dialogue instead of media consumption. Modular furniture, such as Bellini's Camelionda sofa or Ducaroy's Togo line, has become quite popular. These pieces can be rearranged to suit your varying needs, as opposed to fixed couches that are directed toward a TV. Beyond that, the year is also leaning into furniture that features BDE. Big design energy, OFC, with standout elements and stunning details that make it a memorable and attention-grabbing addition to your space. Coffee tables and side tables are being realized in unique materials, like Calacatta Viola marble. Sofas are trading hard lines for elegantly curved backs and rounded crescent shapes. Quiet armchairs are getting new life in bold printed fabric. There's a playful and experimental energy that's permeating every corner, and we are here for it. Setting the mood. Check the vibe in your living room. Is it comfortable and welcoming, or does it look like you transplanted a floor model from the nearest furniture showroom and called it a day? 2023 is all about those cozy feels, and there's no better place to hammer home that vibe than in a spot that's literally designed to be welcoming. To ensure your living room feels like a big ol' hug, focus on accents or upgrades that help set the mood. For 2023, that starts with saturated, moody paint hues, like chocolate brown, rich ochre, or dusty sage green. From there, focus on adding just the right glow, with tons of mood lighting throughout the space. Overhead lights can be harsh and too bright, so instead dot the room with other sources of illumination, a picture lamp here, a floor lamp there, a petite table lamp on the shelf. You get the picture. The end result will be a comforting, welcoming space that you'll never want to leave. Blue hues. One of the colors we'll be seeing a lot of in living rooms for 2023 is blue, in all its many guises. Having previously been Dulux's color of the year for 2022. Blue is one of the colors that require our eyes to do little to no adjusting, which will help to create a feeling of restfulness and harmony in the home. Not only does the shade bring a sense of calm, but it is also vibrant, injecting more life and energy into a space than a more traditional neutral tone. We're predicting blue hues are going to be knocking green off its top spot for 2023. Starting with sky blue, for its calming effect, we're already starting to see this shade introduced in bedrooms and living rooms. Meanwhile, electric blue really ramps up a space with its punchy hue. This shade works well in small pockets, like doorways, or painted decorative ornaments.